Ready.
Big Daddy in the house. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right. I'm on at 150. Impact. Neutralize. I'm on at 200. Impact. Neutralize. I'm on at 250. Impact. Neutralized. I'm on at 300. Impact. Wow, that spun that thing, huh? Neutralized. 350. Yeah, you left edge. Left edge.
Oh, shoot.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't paying attention. I was holding farther to the left.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I thought I heard you say right edge. I don't know why in my mind I kept on pushing it farther to the left.
Okay. Impact. Neutralized.
Yeah, I apologize. I wasn't paying attention on that one.
That's alright. 400.
Okay.
Ooh, a little increased gust here at our position.
Yeah.
It's pretty significantly left there. Half target length. Impact. Left. Neutralized. Yeah, we didn't load these up all the way because we had the, is it the Sierra Match Kings are too long, the OALs?
Yeah.
Here's the next mag. Let's get 10, I think. 450. Impact. The dust. Yeah, alright, high left. We're on the top left edge. Impact. That's it.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm on the gong at 500. Impact. Oh. So I think maybe not quite so far left on this one. I think that was on the left half of the target because it spun it left hard.
Okay.
There's a good impact.
Okay.
All right.
650.
All right. Pushing out.
And again, we're doing 650 because someone shot out the 600-yard target that we used. Low.
Just under it, yep. Impact. 700.
Got it.
Okay. You need a correction or you got it?
I got it.
Headshot.
$800.
Oh! Nice.
I seem to have done better on the long range.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't. Okay, so close range.
There was a little left and right going on the close range.
And okay, so I think it's something that we've got to address on what we saw with this platform.
Not its first trip out.
It is
to the
not
range.
its first trip, not its second trip, not its third trip. I lost count on how many times we brought this thing out.
I think this is time number 4 that we've tried it because people have been asking us for the SCAR, and it's we've taken it out to film it a few times. The first time, we didn't mount the Optic appropriately.
Oh, because you loaned it to Ben.
I had loaned the Optic to a friend,
Right.
And the adjustment for the QD attachments, they had to loosen it up to get it on their rail. We didn't really realize it, and we clamped it onto the SCAR and took it out. And the SCAR is a violent freaking platform, and it blew the QD rings open, and then
we started going left and right and all over the place.
we lost zero with it, and the scope also. Rest in peace to that optic.
And then I remember there was another run where, basically we had everything clamped on, but we don't know if it was a scopes issue.
Yes.
Which the scope did go back.
Get refurbed.
And then it came back, and I did a box test on it afterwards, and it was fine afterwards.
And then the third time we took it out, we didn't realize it, but the screws for the attachment of the barrel had actually come loose. So again, the SCAR is known for having ridiculously bad harmonics that just wreck everything. They're all red Loctited in, torqued to the correct spec when we reinstalled the new rail, and
it still shook it loose.
Popped
a SCAR rated QD mount off,
right? Because granted, user error, we didn't set the correctly,
right?
But it was sure to show us that
it broke a scope.
It busted
shook
a scope.
the handguards loose.
Yep. Well, the handguard and the barrel screws.
Yeah.
So why don't we talk through what that looks like? We were getting great consistent shots, and then all of a sudden we'd get a shot that was 2 mils off to the right or off to the left.
It's these screws up here and the screws on the bottom.
Yeah.
And it was fine. I would be walking at 150 fine, 200 fine, 250 fine, 300 off 4 target links.
Yeah.
I knew I didn't pull it.
Not
that bad too.
Yeah.
And so we were perplexed. We didn't know what was going on. And I think it was actually last night you told me hey, check the barrel nuts.
Yeah, barrel screws, yeah.
Barrel screws, yeah. And that was it.
It's interesting because, look, this is the first time either of us have messed with this platform, really. Mm-hmm. So there's a learning curve with it in terms of maintenance and things that you have to, when you clean out, if you're cleaning the gun, what you're looking for, make sure these things are still set appropriately. Guys, if you're getting scopes to put on your SCAR17s, be very selective. Buy high-quality optics, buy high-quality mounts. Make sure you don't have user error like we did and tension the mounts
or buy certain companies that will give you a warranted replacement no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a cool system for sure, but I mean, some of those things do give me hesitation if I were to take it.
The harmonics piece is kind of scary. I mean, as a general point of reference, like the SCAR16s obviously don't have that issue, but the SCAR17s, I know that there are ways that they can correct it. They had harmonic dampeners that were developed by Crane.
Yeah, but it was too expensive again.
And nowadays you can get there's metal lowers that correct some of the harmonics. That help dampen everything.
Yeah, but still, I mean, the base rifle price is ridiculous.
Agree with you completely.
What are we at, like 1,500 rounds?
Well over 1,000, approaching 2,000 rounds between crappy, garbage, cheap as you can get ball ammo.
Right.
Like African surplus stuff.
Yeah.
All the way up to hand-loaded custom match ammo.
Yeah.
And this stuff we've had 0 failures, no failures to feed, eject, no double feeds, no nothing.
Right.
Now, what's cool to see is that we were basically able to stretch it out to 800 pretty easy there.
We do have to caveat that this is set up as an assault rifle.
Definitely. So it is interesting, right? Like that optic, the Trijicon 1-8 is, in my opinion, a great optic for shooting stuff like inside of 500, 600 yards as a really fast, quick.
You saw my shot corrections were fairly quick too.
Yeah, they're fast. And that's really how this specific SCAR is set up. It's set up as you say, as an assaulter's Kamara. It's not set up to mimic the new Mk20.
Yeah. A lot of people do compare the SCAR with the G3 and the AR-10 system. Now we've done all 3.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't done a scoped FAL.
Yep.
But to be honest, the FAL does not match either one of those 3 in the accuracy department.
Agree.
As a battle rifle, very well respected.
Yeah.
I have to say, for the price point of the G3, I was actually quite impressed.
Yeah. Well, especially because, granted, AR-10s are available in a huge range of price. The one we took out was expensive. And
It's like 2 of these.
it's like 3 of those.
Yeah.
And so there are other options out there, but they're still in the same ballpark as on price as the SCAR is, in terms of those that you're getting high quality accuracy and high quality reliability. And so
I do have to point out, I don't know if everyone noticed, I did swap it to the right side because
it
I
charges to the right.
hate having the charging handle riding on the left side, and I actually have stopped the bolt
on accident with
on
your
accident.
hand.
Yeah. I mean, given I wouldn't really, when I'm shooting on this course, easily do that, but yeah, I have done that before.
I really think that when it comes down to the SCAR, the advantage is setting it up as an assaulter style kit. And obviously I'm civilian, so when I say assaulter, what I'm really talking about is using your vernacular.
Right.
But it's setting it up for 500-600 and in.
It's a general purpose rifle,
not as a precision rifle.
Now that's the interesting thing. Both of these are actually assaulters with some glass on it. That glass on, I would say, is actually more appropriate for this type of
definitely. I think
shooting.
This optic here, again, as referenced earlier, really is like 500 or 600 and in, even when you crank it to 8x, simply because the crosshair is quite thick. So you don't have that refined crosshair that you might get out of, say, something like that.
Yeah.
This is one of, if not the lightest 308s that you can get.
It is the lightest one that's in the arsenal of the U.S. military right now.
And it has the folding stock. Like that's what makes it, in my opinion, an ideal candidate to be that general purpose rifle, just in a bigger caliber.
Right. Yeah. Cool.
Good run.
Cyber 16 is Steel 96, 4 Vic, 8 packs, Redcon 1, green to green. How copy, over?
Steel 96, this is Cyber 16, Roger, over. 1 6, Steel 91, 1 pack,